I got no balls to pick with you.
Hey guys, welcome to Nate and Greg's World. On today's episode, we decided that we want to check in on the Mandela Affect. We're going to explain exactly what that is, where it comes from, and we're going to have a little bit of a quiz and find out who remembers what. So in the bottom down below, what we want you to do is we want you to play along. Let us know what it was that you thought it was. We're going to try to show the examples, so this will be a little bit of a pain in the ass for which one of us got to edit this, where we're actually going to put up the actual information, when it comes to pictures of which one's right and which one's not.
Good luck with that.
I know. It'll be great. But, so we're going to do that kind of a thing, so make sure you hit that comment down below. Hit that like button because we need lots of likes and the comments and the shares. And make sure you hit that subscribe button as well with the bell icon.
Show us the love.
Yeah, we need to get our analytics up so we can actually get out and reach more people. And check us out on our different audio platforms. We're on pretty much any audio platform that's out there right now. We're on it. As well as we have a bunch of social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, kind of. We're playing with that a little bit. And we're on Facebook, so don't forget to check us out there. But also something else that's new is we are on TikTok. That's right.
Something we swore we would never do.
Absolutely. We were never going to do this. This is beneath us. We're not going to do it. But then I got suckered into it, and I'm like, guys, we need to do this. So we've been having some fun playing around on TikTok, just having a good time. And that's really what it is, because since the beginning of this new year here, 2021, we've decided that we're changing some things up to have a little bit more fun and, just a little more lighthearted, not so fucking serious and stuff like that. But also going along with that, something else that we are doing is we have a Kickstarter program that is out there right now, and we need your help. Whether or not you can donate or whether or not you just got a whole bunch of friends, please donate. Share with your friends, get our Kickstarter project out there to everyone you can. We need to get as many people involved with this Kickstarter project as possible. What it is we are trying to take the podcast on the road. We're still planning to do stuff here in the studio, but there's more stuff that we can do outside the studio. So we're going to be going and hooking up all the gear, putting it on the bikes, and we're going to be traveling around to different places to check things out. So for example, if we want to go and learn a little bit more about MMA, instead of bringing an MMA fighter or promoter into the studio here, why not go visit them in their place of business? Jump in the ring with them. I bet you I could go a couple rounds with a couple of them there.
What?
I don't know. I'd go a couple rounds, I think. No, you don't think so? Okay. Anyways, if you want to see us get out on the road and you want to help us out, just doing whatever you can, please either donate or just share it with all your friends. Help us reach our goal. It's going to be going on until about April 5th. Okay. And we're trying to raise $4,500 to get the equipment that we need to get it on the road. The stuff that we have in the studio is specifically set up for the studio, and we need some different stuff for the actual road. So anything you can do to help would be greatly appreciated. We love you all, and you know what? Send us some information, and guess what? Maybe we'll come and have a podcast with you in your place of business, and you can tell us about the interesting stuff that you do. All right, but let's get back to what we're talking about here today is the Mandela Affect, because, as I said, we're on TikTok now. And I was going through TikTok, and all of a sudden, it just seemed like a whole bunch of people started putting out more and more Mandela Affect little TikTok posts and stuff like this. And I'm like, well, hold the fucking phone. You know what? I want to know more about that and find out exactly what's going on. So really what the Mandela Affect is false memory. And this has actually been being studied for quite a while.
Yes.
All right. It's not something new. It's not something that developed because of
TikTok.
It
didn't come from TikTok?
No, it didn't. But it also didn't start up just because of Nelson Mandela. Okay. Studies have been being done for a lot of years to try to determine how it is that people can remember events in history differently than how it actually came about.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that it's called the Mandela Effect is because there was a whole bunch of people, like worldwide, that fully believed that in the 1980s, Nelson Mandela had died in prison.
Yes.
Okay. Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s. Okay. He didn't actually die until 2013.
Right. And he was not in prison.
Well, no, he did go to prison. That was a whole other story. But he didn't die in prison.
No. I'm saying he wasn't in prison when he died.
Yes.
I know he was in prison. I know the whole story of Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
But all his work really came after he got out of prison.
Yes.
Right? Like, because he did the whole, I didn't eat for like 1,000 years or something like that. And there was all these religious things and ways of living that people should change to with him.
He did a bunch of things. And you know what? Maybe that's another subject we'll actually get into a little more later.
Yeah.
But as far as this false memory and stuff like this, as we said, we now call it the Mandela Effect. And that's based off of false memories. And it's being called the Mandela Effect because in the 1980s, apparently he died in jail.
That's what people believed.
Yes.
There was a time that
a lot of people believed it.
Yeah.
No. He's been dead for years. No, he's still alive and kicking and didn't die until 2013.
Well, that's what I
that
say.
wasn't not long ago.
Somehow people missed all the work he did when he got out of prison. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
None of that got out.
Yeah.
Like somehow they missed the fact that he did a lot of work after. And a lot of shit and a lot of talks and a lot of appearances.
Yeah.
But he was dead.
Oh yeah.
At the time.
No, there's a lot of interesting stuff. And so there's some theories as well behind what it is. Like there's the studies that everybody's looking into it, trying to figure out what it is. But one of the biggest theories that they have going right now is the time travel theory. I kind of like that theory. It's kind of fun, but there's a lot of people that are like, no, that's a bunch of horse shit. That can't happen. It's a bunch of crap. But you know what? I kind of like that theory.
Is it time travel? I understood it was that people believe in different dimensions.
Yes.
So there's a dimension where that's actually like a dimension that's close to us. Mandela actually did die in prison.
Yes. Well, you know what?
Somehow that seeped through to us through the dimensional portals.
Well, and that's the thing. There's a couple things that go along with it, with the time travel, right? Because basically the time travel happened, right? And somebody goes and changes the one aspect in our life back in the day, and it's now changed for the future. So the timeline suddenly changed, and then there's the parallel universe that goes along with it.
Right.
Right. And so somehow we've all been shifted to this other parallel universe.
Yes.
Right. Actually, is it two different theories on that? I'm trying to remember it because now it's all getting confused to me. Fuck, this is crazy.
Yeah, because the one I looked at that I got, like what you're going with, like the different like parallels.
Yes.
Like something actually happened in a different parallel that kind of seeped into ours.
Yes.
That's why we believe it, because it actually did happen in that other parallel.
Yes.
But we shifted, and somehow that memory didn't go away or change along with it.
Yes.
Which I think is mind-boggling. Like it really fucks with your head when you think about it.
Because you know what? There's a lot of things, and I know there's a fair amount of fairly famous ones there, but then when we were doing a little bit of research there, trying to find stuff, there was some stuff that came up that I'm like, oh yeah, that's like this. Or, whoa, what do you mean this is a Mandela effect? What are you talking about? No, it's this. Wait a second. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
That's not how I remember this.
There was a few things that I looked at in examples and lists, and I'm like, no, that one's the right one, not the one they're saying. And I had to go look.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck? No, that's not true.
No. Like, okay. So there's a peanut butter.
Yes, that was the big one for me because I swear to God.
Yeah.
I remember it being spelt that way on the jars.
Yes.
And being said that way.
So the thing is it Jiffy?
Yeah.
Or is it Jif?
Well, apparently it's Jif.
Yes.
But I swear I can remember as a kid it being called Jiffy.
Absolutely. I remember that. And that's something that's absolutely crazy. So we're going to get the picture up on this one here.
Yeah.
I can just show you the difference. But yeah, it's just GIF. Now, I'm almost wondering if it's because people didn't want to just call it GIF. They're just like, oh, yeah, give me the Jiffy. Give me the Jiffy. You know,
No, but
somebody just threw that on there.
But do you not
and we
remember
all
the
started
jar?
thinking it that way.
Do you not remember that jar
You know what?
with the label?
I was more of a Kraft peanut butter. I was more of a Kraft peanut butter kid.
But I mean, still.
Actually, no, I like Kraft peanut butter. My mom liked No Name and President's Choice. So
She liked the price of them.
she did.
Yes. But no, like I can remember.
Yeah.
I swear I remember it being spelled Jiffy
Yeah.
and being in the commercials as Jiffy, not Jif.
Yes.
Like I still think they finagled that somehow online here.
Somehow. Yeah. Somebody's gone and done something. I don't know. But here's another one that, you know what? I actually think, I'm pretty sure I remember it as what it actually is. And that's the Looney Tunes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you remember it differently?
Yeah.
Did you remember it? Okay. So the big thing here is it was either spelled, okay, Looney's both the same, but it was either TOONS as in cartoons. Or then you had Looney Tunes, which is TUNES.
Like the music.
Like music, tunes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So which one's right?
I don't know. See, if you were to ask me to spell it before I looked at this article or this thing,
Yeah.
because I think we looked at the same article for sure,
Yeah.
I would have said tunes as in cartoons, like TOONS. But honestly, like at the age that I watched it,
Right.
in my mid-20s, like I can't remember that
Watch you as a kid in your mid-20s.
like I can't remember that far back. But yeah, I would have guessed tunes, but I that one I was like, okay, maybe.
The double
like
O. Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what? I fully believe that I remember it as TUNES because it was the musical thing because they had that whole overture, turn the lights. Yeah.
This is it.
Because it was Looney Tunes.
Yes.
Right. And that's how I remembered it.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, if I close my eyes, like I know that it was tunes as in musical tunes, but I know closing my eyes, I can almost see the cartoons, the double O.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It's like my mind's playing its own tricks on me going, no, it's like this. But really, is it like this? It's like having the two conversations in my head.
But that might just be more, like with that one, it might be more what makes sense to somebody.
It could be.
The most sense.
It could be. Now, here's one that I would argue about. And I think this is one of the more famous ones that a lot of people know or have at least heard about. If anybody has talked or listened to stuff about the Mandela Effect, they know about this one. Because I know I had a full out argument with my sister because we both had these books. These books were very, very popular in my house when I was a kid, right? And we had a whole bunch of them. Brother Bear goes to school. Sister Bear does this. Papa Bear does this. And we're talking about the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah. I didn't know much about the Berenstain Bears other than my kids now. Like, well, my little ones.
Yeah.
Now.
No, it was a big, big argument. So the big thing is it the Berenstain Bears, TEIN, or Berenstain, TAIN?
Right.
Okay. It was always the Berenstain Bears, the EIN. That is exactly how I remember it. And my sister was like, yeah, absolutely. That is totally how it was. And like even closing our eyes and picturing it, you know, and stuff like this, remembering the books. And like I started running around to see if my mom had gone and packed some up. My mom kept absolutely everything. And I tried looking for these books I could prove, no, this is the way it was. No, it's the Berenstain Bears. TAIN, AIN, not EIN, AIN.
Did you go online and look them up for like old books? And they were spelt with
AIN.
Wow.
Yeah. It's absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, the Mandela Effect's interesting. Like even when it talked about like being a singular person, like you remembering an event differently than everybody else, or you even they talked about it like an honest lie.
Yeah.
Like you think it's true.
Yes.
Like what you're recalling and what you're remembering, what you're thinking as being the truth. And there's a lot of that with me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I'll remember a family event or something that happened with the family or friends or whatever, and swear to God that this happened.
Yes.
And my parents will be like, that never happened.
Yeah.
That never ever happened. But I can, like, in my head, I can visualize this situation, and I'm like, yeah, it fucking, like, you're old and senile.
Yes.
It fucking happened. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
it never happened. That happened. I think that happened to the neighbors.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like fucking like crazy shit. Like, I remember an alien coming down, this little brown thing, and being on my bicycle, and it was in the basket in the front of my bike, and I was flying all over the town.
Yeah, that was E.T., dude. Yeah.
Yeah. E.T., you met him too? No, but you know what I mean?
It was my first movie I went to.
That's right.
Yeah.
But no, you know what I mean though, right? Like I do that all the time where I'm like, no, that happened when we were, and I swear it's my parents have gone senile. They just don't remember this happening. And I'm like, how can you not remember this happening?
Oh yeah.
All the time I do that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Now, do you remember Curious George?
Yes.
Right? The little monkey running around with the man in the yellow suit.
Yes, that creeped me the hell out, that man. Yes.
He creeped you out, really?
Yeah, there was something about him.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, so Curious George, a monkey. Did he have a tail or without a tail?
Oh, shit. I'm going to say he didn't have a tail.
Yeah, that's right.
I
remember he had a fucking tail. He was a goddamn monkey. He had a fucking tail.
But again, that would make more sense. But I don't, now that I think back to the cartoons and to the books, I don't ever remember seeing a long tail on him.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Like monkey. But do monkeys have long tails?
Oh, yes. Monkeys have long tails.
Every monkey?
Well, almost every monkey, I'm pretty sure.
Because like I'm thinking of like a big
You're thinking like gorilla and stuff like that.
No, what are the monkeys with like when the female goes into heat, they get those really big, bright pink asses. Like I don't.
No.
Am I just too busy looking at the butt?
I think you're
looking at the tail.
Yeah, I think you're too busy looking at that. Maybe you're okay. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there because I was going to say a bunch of things, but I know your girlfriend would hit me. But anyways, yeah, I fully remember Curious George the monkey having a tail.
See, I don't. I don't remember ever seeing a tail on him. Yeah. A long one.
No. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so this one is definitely weird. Okay. There was that one TV show there with what's her name there. A lot of people thought she was really hot. She was not for me. Like 4 chicks there. The name of the show was either Sex and the City or Sex in the City.
Oh, everybody says Sex in the City.
Yeah. So what is it? In or and?
No idea.
I-N or A-N-D?
No idea.
What's the right way of doing it?
I think it's in. Because in makes more sense. Sex in the city.
Yeah.
And not sex in, oh, by the way, the city too.
Yeah. No, that's what a lot of people thought was it was in. It's and. Really? A-N-D. Sex and the city.
So like that's a writing faux pas. It should have been Sex in the City.
Absolutely. I don't know, but that's what it was. Everyone was believing it was Sex in the City. Okay, here's something that I got to use a lot in my office and stuff like that, because when I'm sitting down there, especially now that I'm starting to eat a little bit better, I know it still doesn't show on the camera that I'm eating better, but I am.
Your face is narrowing.
I have to use a lot of Febreze, right? I have to use a lot of the spray to basically go and kill all the smells from my extra healthy insides.
Febreze.
Yeah. Febreze.
Yeah.
Is that 1 E or 2 E's?
Two.
Two E's for Febreze.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's 1?
1.
Febreze?
Yeah.
Because that's not E.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
I suck at English, but I think 1 E is
Yeah. But either way, that's apparently what it is.
Like scene. S-E-E. C.
Yeah. No, it's just 1 E. Febreze. That's it.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong.
It very much is, but that's how it's spelled.
All right.
Another one. And let me tell you, I started singing the song to this one here. I started singing the song because we all know it. About your wiener. Right?
About my wiener.
Yeah. Or your hot dog. Your hot dog has a first name. And your hot dog has a second name. Right? Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Yes. Oscar,
right?
Okay, Oscar Mayer.
I started singing the whole song to myself because I'm like, no. And I started singing it. And my brain could not compute what it actually spelt. So you have Oscar Mayer and Oscar Mayer, which is M-E-Y-E-R or M-A-Y-E-R.
First one.
No. M-A.
It's M-A?
M-A. Yep. At least that's what I've been told. I fully believed it was M-E. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd have to...
Like, trust me, I'm pretty good with my food, you know? And putting wieners in my... Never mind. Everybody else can fill in that joke there for you. Okay. Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Okay. You remember Fruit Loops?
Yeah, we got a box upstairs.
Box upstairs.
For the
Right.
kitties.
Yeah. How's fruit spelt?
Oh. Yeah, it's spelled different.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I know it's spelled wrong. It's not like fruit,
Yeah.
like the right spelling.
U-I.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what everybody thought it was. Or that's what the Mandela Effect is having on people, where they're
Right.
saying it's the F-R-U-I-T, like actual fruit,
Yeah.
right? When it's actually F-R, 2 Fruit Loops, and a T.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if
You know.
if I didn't know we're having this discussion, you asked me to spell Fruit Loops, I would spell it like the fruit, the actual word fruit.
Yes.
Loops.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, now that we're talking about it in this, I'm like, yeah, no, it's not spelled right. I know that.
But you know what? I'm looking at the way it is, the way it's actually shown, with the basically 4 Fruit Loops sticking there, you know, writing Fruit Loops. You know, here, have a quick look at my little computer while I'm doing this.
Yeah, because they spell
So
it
you
with
can see it.
cereal.
Yeah, they spell it with cereal. But that does not look correct to me. I was pretty sure that it wasn't the UIT, but I really don't think. I don't remember it looking like that.
No,
I don't remember it looking like that.
no, but I don't either. But my parents would never buy this cereal for me.
No.
Always had to.
It was almost a cold day in hell.
Stuff.
Yeah, it was almost a cold day in hell when I could get like some Frosted Flakes, like actual Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, not the.
I had some Fruitios. I had some O's. I actually, I think the only name brand stuff that we ever ended up getting at one point in time was like the Honey Nut Cheerios, or as in French, Cheerios of honey and nut. You know, but yeah, I don't think it was spelled like that. Oh, the Monopoly guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you got the Monopoly guy there.
the old guy.
The old guy. He's got the bag of money.
Yeah,
He's got his top hat,
yeah,
and he's running along, and he's got his monocle on, right?
yes.
No monocle. He does not have a monocle.
You sure?
I'm positive he doesn't. But here's what's extra funny.
So why did that get added in? Like, why do people think that's there? I guess.
I don't know. But once again, it's all part of the Mandela effect, the false memories. And a lot of people, as I said, are having these exact same memories.
Yeah, yeah.
Because here's another thing that's really interesting. Because if he never had
A monocle.
the monocle, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective,
yes.
okay? There's the one scene where Ace is at like this fancy party, right?
Mhm.
And there's a guy there, bald head and all this good stuff, in a tuxedo, and he's got this big ass monocle, right? And stuff like this. And Ace Ventura ends up going and making the comment, well, hey, Mr. Monopoly guy, you know, like, you got $200 for me? Can I pass go, or do I have to go directly to jail type thing? right? Making a full reference. Like, don't quote me on the quote, but
Something along that
Yeah.
lines. Yeah.
yeah, but definitely
Linking the guy.
definitely making the reference and linking this guy with the monocle to Monopoly. So an entire production, okay, because you're not just going to have, maybe Jim Carrey would say it by himself. That's fine, because he did ad-lib most of it. But the whole Monopoly guy, like, if he didn't have a monocle, why would everybody be like, oh, yeah, fine, sure, whatever. He's dressed up in a suit. He's missing the fucking top hat, right? So everybody on that entire production of Ace Ventura would had to have believed
He had the monocle.
that the Monopoly guy had the monocle when he didn't.
Or like you say, he ad-libbed it and then everybody attached that monocle because of that.
It's
but I
possible.
think the monocle was before Jim Carrey time.
Oh,
Ace
yeah.
Ventura, like,
The monocle, like, fucking ever since Monopoly came out, everybody was believing that the Monopoly guy had the monocle.
but he never did.
But there's pictures and pictures and pictures of him not having it, and it's absolutely crazy. Like, here, look at this. I got 4 pictures side by side right there of the Monopoly guy on all the different types of Monopoly. There is no monocle.
Yeah, see, the one that he's running, I almost feel like when I was younger, I remember him holding the monocle to his eye, not his hat.
Yeah, he was holding the monocle running through.
That's what I remember in my head.
Exactly.
Not holding the hat.
Yeah. Or holding the hat, but the monocle was right there, just underneath it. Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting. Where else were we here? Oh, the other one. Do you remember when what's his name there? 1 second, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy right now. Oh, Sinbad. Remember Sinbad?
Yeah, the comedian.
Yeah. You remember when he made that movie as a genie called Shazam?
Yeah.
Yeah. He never played a genie. He never made a movie as a genie.
He was a pirate or something then.
There was a pirate,
Okay.
but he never did one as a genie.
As a genie.
A lot of people remember Sinbad making the movie Shazam, right?
There was a movie Shazam though.
No, there wasn't.
Never.
There was Kazam
Kazam.
with Shaq.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes, there was.
No, that's got me fucked up.
I fully remember. I fully
so do
remember
I.
Sinbad doing Shazam.
Yes.
I fully remember that.
Yeah.
It was not. Shazam never existed. It was Kazam, and it was with Shaq.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
No, that's a Hollywood thing. They did something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember
A lot of people do.
that's an alternate universe type thing right there. For
Absolutely.
Sure. Like Hollywood said, we fucked up so bad.
Yes.
We need to go back in time and change this.
Yes. Because there's no way Sinbad should ever have played a genie. But then if they really fucked up that bad, why would they make Shaq?
Because he's got to.
No offense, Shaq, don't eat us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love Shaq, but movies are not his thing.
No. Oh my God. But yeah, like that was just wow. Let's see. Oh,
That one's got me. Yeah. That's
here's
weird.
one. We all us, especially all of us guys. All of us guys grew up with Fruit of the Loom underwear, stuff like this, right? And Fruit of the Loom, they had, the underwear, they had the t-shirts, they had all that stuff there.
Yep.
You remember the logo?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
What did the logo look like? Do you remember?
I remember the commercials with all the guys wearing fruit,
Yeah.
like grapes, and so there was like the kind of mashup of fruit.
Yeah.
But-
A mashup of fruit, and it had a cornucopia, right?
Yeah.
Like the big cornucopia kind of sitting out the back there, basically spilling out all the fruit.
No, I don't remember that. I just remember
No?
a mashup of fruit.
Because here you go. Have a look. You remember just the fruit, eh?
Yeah.
Well, then you'd be remembering it the way it actually is.
I don't. Yeah, because I don't remember that.
I remember the cornucopia.
Do you?
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Fruit of the Loom person, except for when I was really little and wore tidy whities.
Yeah. I wore those a lot for a long time.
Well, I don't remember them having other shit when we were kids. Every kid had the
I
tidy whities.
think it was once I became a teenager, they had like
The
the
boxers.
loose fitting boxers.
But when
right?
you were little, do
Yeah.
you ever remember seeing boxers for our age group?
Oh fuck no.
No.
And my mom was nice. She'd get me a pair of underwear and it would last me fucking like 5 years. So it got to the point where my nuts were hanging out on either side of my fucking underwear.
Well, those tidy
It was
whities
great.
ruined our peckers.
Absolutely. Sorry, honey. You can thank my mom for the package I got.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, okay. I know we've been having some snack crate stuff, and
Yes.
that's been a lot of fun. We've been eating lots of things. Well, there's some crackers that are out there.
Okay.
Little squares with a little hole in it, and they're little cheesy crackers.
With holes.
Cheese it.
Cheese. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it spelled?
Oh, cheese it. It's got the Z.
Is it cheese? Yeah. No, there is no Z. Here you go.
What?
That's it right there. Because I always thought it was Cheez-Its.
Oh, no. I knew it was cheese it. Yeah, the Z. This Z at the end of cheese. Like cheese
Yeah.
is spelled CHEZ.
Yeah. But I thought it was Cheez-Its. ITZ. It's not ITZ.
I don't think I know.
It's
enough about
IT.
Crackers, maybe.
It was like Cheez-Its. Hey, pass me the Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
You know? Some of the fancy crackers that we used to have at like, Christmas.
Yeah. That's right.
Double stuff Oreos. How do you
Yes.
spell stuff?
Stuffed?
Stuff. Double stuff Oreos. On the package it says double stuff Oreos.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. STUFF.
No, you have one too many F's in there. There's only one F in stuff.
Yeah, why do I think there's two F's?
Because that would be normal. That's what I fully believe. That's what I saw. But apparently, no. There isn't a second F in stuff.
See, I feel a lot of this stuff is because it's your brain looks at it, but your brain knows it's wrong and it's correcting it.
Yeah.
Like stuff, you would think STUFF. So if you're looking at it, it says one F. Your brain's like, that's not fucking right.
Okay.
It's two F's, moron.
All right. Now, going back, here we go. Saturday morning, watching our cartoons.
Yep.
Okay. Way back in the day.
Yep. Nobody died in G.I. Joe.
You had Fred and Wilma,
Yes.
and their last name was?
Oh, fuck. Flintstone.
Now, is it Flintstones or Flintstones?
Flintstone.
Like Flint.
Yeah.
Was it FLINTSTONES? Or was it FLINSTONES? The Flintstones.
I think it
Meet the Flintstones.
was without the T. Flintstones.
Here, spell it out. Here, take
Oh,
that.
Jesus
Spell it out.
Christ. Does it start
Have a
with
quick look.
Does it start with an S?
Spell it out so that we're all on the same page here.
Flintstones.
Yeah. And everybody at home, you spell it out too. Oh yeah. Yeah, you spelled it the way everybody else does. Yeah. It's not. It's actual Flint stones.
I don't remember there being a T.
No.
Like after the S, but not before.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Mandela.
Because again, it's Flintstones. It's not Flint. Nobody ever said, hey, let's watch the Flintstones.
Exactly.
It's Flintstones.
But that's it. Okay. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the saying? Because we're talking Forrest Gump here.
Yeah.
Life is
My
like
mama
it says.
says that life is a box, like a box. Yeah, like a box of chocolates.
Life isn't like a box of chocolates. Life was like a box of chocolates.
Huh?
Life was like a box of chocolates. Mama
It's
always said
was?
life was like a box of chocolates. Not life is like a box of chocolates. Life was like a box of chocolates. I know. Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Probably one of the most famous ones. Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, he never says Luke.
No.
That I heard before, like years ago.
Yeah, it's no, I am your father.
Yeah. There's
Yes.
never been a Luke, but everybody just added that Luke.
Yeah.
Sounded better.
Now, here's one that blew my fucking mind. Absolutely blew my mind. And I got it queued up. And hopefully we won't lose audio on the YouTube for this. But we're going to try playing it. And we'll see what happens. Okay.
It's a song or a movie?
This is a song. Okay. We Are the Champions by Queen.
Right.
How does the song end? Do you remember?
No.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers. Because we are the champions
of the world.
Right?
Yeah.
Of the world.
Yeah. It's not there.
It's not there. The of the world is not fucking there.
Yeah, see that I've always thought it ended of the world.
Yes. This one blew my fucking mind wide open. Now, there is a little bit of research because luckily my daughter was kind enough to do some research on this to figure out what the fuck. Okay. He did sing the words once, okay, during the band's famous Wembley Stadium performance. Okay. That was it. And everybody else, like in the audience, was always filling it in. But that's not how the song is written, and it's not how it's actually performed. The whole, we are the champions of the world. No, there is no of the world.
Well,
it doesn't fucking exist. There should have been.
There should
absolutely.
have been.
But it's not.
Freddie
that
fucked
one,
up on that.
That blew my fucking mind wide open.
Yeah, because even if, like, I've listened to the Queen CD. Like,
yeah.
I used to have it with all their greatest hits.
Yeah. And I know you're positive that that's what it said because
like
I was
it
positive.
In the car,
absolutely.
You would end it like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't exist. And that one honestly blew my mind.
Yeah, so
blew
far
my
that
mind.
one and the Shazam one has got me.
Yeah. Okay, now here's one that came out because recently Tom Hanks, well, fairly recently, came out and did a movie about Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Right? You remember Mr. Rogers?
Mm-hmm. What was the difference between Mr. Rogers and Mr. Dressup? Was one Canadian,
actually, they were both
one
friends.
American?
Yes.
Okay, there you
go. Matter of fact, they both used to actually work together. There's a big story. There's a whole lot. Trust me, I looked into a lot of things on there. I did a whole lot of IMDb and stuff like that.
Because I get the two confused all the fucking time.
Really?
Like, who's who?
Mr. Dressup had his tickle trunk and had...
I bet he did.
You better not be bad-mouthing Mr. Dressup. Mr. Dressup is a Canadian icon,
Bring
motherfucker.
The kids over and they can play with my tickle trunk.
No.
Okay.
But anyways, Mr. Rogers, the nicest man in entertainment and on the earth of all times.
Was he the Canadian or the
the American?
American, okay.
Okay. Him and actually, quick funny story. Okay, so sidetrack right here. So Mr. Dressup, he'd go through and do his tickle trunk tour through Canada. Okay, where basically it was the live show of Mr. Dressup, right? And kids would all go out and see him. Well, my wife, when she was very young, right, ended up going and getting a chance to go to the show, see him, and all this good stuff. Well, afterwards, right, fucking she went home and fucking her mom and her dad were like, yeah, you know what? We're fucking off. We're going out to the hotel for a drink, right, and stuff like this. So, of course, Granny went and stayed with my wife and all this stuff there. Well, then mom and dad end up coming back from the hotel a little bit later, and the next day they're like, oh, hey, guess who we saw at the hotel? My wife's like, who? She's like, oh, Mr. Dressup. He was there. We were having drinks with him. My wife could not believe that Mr. Dressup was busy at the hotel having drinks, slamming back beers and shit like this. She's like, no.
Your whole life was shattered.
Totally destroyed.
Here's my, I'm sorry. And I don't mean to badmouth Mr. Dredd. This isn't a shot at, but how big do you think the team was around Mr. Dressup? I'm talking producers, directors, all these important people.
Yeah.
Quite a few, probably. A big enough team.
Yeah.
And not one of them thought when they heard, hey, bring your kids out to the next Mr. Dress Up and his Tickle Trunk show.
Yeah.
As like a probably not the greatest thing to say about. Like, come check out his Tickle Trunk.
Well, then again, different language,
Come
different time,
check
right?
out
We've
his
talked about
Tickle
that.
Trunk.
Stop ruining Mr. Dress Up for me.
I don't mean to. I just don't know how a whole team gets past that and doesn't think
different
anything.
words,
Okay,
different time.
Different time, yeah.
Different time.
Different time, yeah.
Okay, let's work with that. But anyways, back to Mr. Dress Up. Tom Hanks, the movie, the whole works.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, but yes.
Okay. Do you remember the theme song from Mr. Dress Up's
No.
Neighborhood? It's
a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Okay, so see, I didn't know which one that was.
There you go.
So okay.
Yeah. So how did it go again? That first part?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
No. He's never said it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. That's how the song goes. That's the way he's always sung it. But everybody going along with this, right, has always, they swore that it was the neighborhood. And it went along like that so that even in the movie, they didn't say beautiful day in this neighborhood. They carried on with how everybody else thought it was. So here's Tom Hanks singing, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Kept going on and doing it like that when it's actually this neighborhood. Yeah. I know. It blew me away. It was like, it didn't ruin my childhood as much as, my wife finding out that Mr. Dress Up was busy having, shots and beers with her mom.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay.
He's just a man with a tickle trunk.
So I'm going to show you a little picture here. Okay. Who's that person right there?
Yogi Bear.
No, try again. Look at it.
Smokey Bear.
Smokey Bear?
Okay.
Is it Smokey Bear or Smokey the Bear?
Smokey Bear.
See? You remember the way it actually is.
Yeah, I don't remember the.
I know a lot of people. A lot of people said it's Smokey the Bear. Because I'm Smokey the Bear, and this is, how you prevent forest fires.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right? Everybody remembers like that. Smokey Bear.
Smokey Bear. Yeah,
that's what it is. There's no the. It's Smokey Bear.
Maybe I never made the jump across the parallel universes.
Yeah. Well, and almost opposite to Nelson Mandela, who everybody thought was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Armstrong. Everybody was sure that he was still alive. He died in August 2012. And everybody thought that Neil Armstrong was still alive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, do you remember the Lindenberg baby?
Yeah.
The Lindbergh baby?
Yeah.
Right? Cold case.
Mm-hmm.
Never found the kid. No, they did. They found the body of the baby, and they even sentenced the killer to death for the heinous crime.
Really?
Yeah, it actually happened. But a lot of people are like, no, still a cold case. Nobody ever found the baby.
Did they find Hoffa's head though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And you know what? I think that's enough. I think we've actually covered plenty of examples of the Mandela effect, but it's just absolutely crazy.
It's fascinating.
The stuff that's out there.
And like I say, my biggest fascination, like some of that stuff was cool to look through and think about, and it boggled my mind a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But what I read about the Mandela that got me even more was the fact that there's so many things we remember as individuals that never actually happened, or something that did happen that we don't remember. And that's usually more to do with trauma, but like something that you're like, I swear to God that fucking happened.
Yeah.
But it never ever happened. And trying to figure out, why did my brain put that as an actual memory?
Yeah.
And the fact they're saying next time somebody tells you a story, it might not be that they're lying. They might actually believe that that's the way it is.
100%.
Or that's the way, it's like that honest lie, as they call it. They think they're telling the truth.
I had my parents and my sister tell me multiple times, Greg, that never happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like fuck it didn't.
And you think they're crazy.
I know it fucking happened.
Yeah.
I know it. This happened like this. This happened like this. But then again, there has been some times where I've been going and saying stuff, and while my mom was still alive, both her and my dad would be like, no, that never happened. And my sister would be like, oh, fucking right it did. I'm like, thank you. Fucking, somebody remembered it happening as well. So I'm like, oh, thank God. But I don't know. It's really interesting how all these false memories happen.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the theories behind it, right? Like it's fun to think about, right? Like I really like the time travel idea of people going back in time, fucking with one thing, just changing something like the Berenstain Bears, the Berenstain Bears, right? I love that idea where they just going,
but see, I don't
tweak this to go back just to be like, see, like fucking, Nate here, we put him in the time machine. He got sent back. Right. And they're still holding on to, or you're holding on to the Berenstain Bears book. Right. And you go back and you change it on that first book to the A instead of the E. And then you come back and you're like, yeah, see, this is what I did when I was in the past. Fuck, it's working, and shit like that. It's some kind of proof.
Why something like that?
Just something simple and small as opposed to fucking how big can we go? Maybe they haven't gone big. Maybe they have gone big. Maybe shit happened.
Well, there's that new show where there's the parallel universe where Hitler won the war.
Yes.
Right. And it's like, it's all communists. And
I
haven't seen it yet. I'm going to, at some point, it's only one season and I have to wait at least 4 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Show. But that's the kind of idea of the parallel universe is something gets changed, something gets fucked around with.
Yes.
Right. The small ripple effect that blooms into major changes.
Yeah. Well, like one of my favorite time travel movies of all time, Back to the Future.
Yes.
Right? Like you're watching that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So what's to say that fucking shit hasn't already happened that we just don't know about?
But according to Elon Musk,
yeah,
and the other really, really smart guy, anyways, I can't remember his name right now. But
don't worry, he doesn't know your name either.
No, I'm sure he doesn't. But they say the only problem with that is that it's impossible. If there's a time machine, there'll only be, in reality, time travel might become possible, but they will never be able to go further back in time than when the time machine was created, because the time machine has to be there.
Right.
So if they create it today, this is the furthest back that anybody will ever be able to travel, because there won't be a time machine for them to go to in that past.
Right. I see that.
So that's what the really smart people are saying. So they say that's why we know people aren't like, you see those stupid Photoshop photos where somebody in 1940s is holding a cell phone.
Yeah.
They're like, that wouldn't happen because there would have to be a time machine there for them to go back to.
Yeah.
There's not.
Well, and see, that's really interesting because I would have thought just like with, Back to the Future, you just bring the time machine with you. You cut that fabric in space and time and
but then you see the machine actually traveling. The machine doesn't travel, you travel. Your molecules travel back.
Yeah, but you do that with the machine too. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I get both sides.
I don't know.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
I just want to bring that up for people that
yeah.
talk about going back and seeing dinosaurs and shit.
Well, yeah, but then again, at this point, how do we know there isn't a time machine already built? And now we're just waiting to advance in time to see if we can go back right now.
But here's the other thing. If a time machine takes to go to the future or to the past, what if you get the time machine and you go one day too far into the future and the universe is gone? What do you see? What happens?
Yeah.
Or the world is destroyed, like it blows up, and that's where you travel to. You're just in the middle of a space floating around.
Yeah.
Going, fuck.
Yep. Well, maybe it won't last too fucking long. I'm here. Oh, shit. Fucking explode. Right. I don't know. It'd be fucking interesting. All right. Well, anyways, you know what? That was fun. I enjoyed doing that because there's a lot of stuff. And as I said, that Queen one, that really fucked with me. Mm-hmm. That one fucked with me. Maybe there's other people that, know their music, know it really well and stuff like that. But folks, please, down below, write in the comments some of the ones that blew your mind. And if there's some that we didn't cover, because there was some more on the list that way I had. We could have gone on for a while. Yeah. But I picked out some of my more favorite ones there. And if there's other ones that you really like where you're like, holy fuck, there's this, put it down in the comments. We're interested. We want to see some of this stuff there. So tell us about those. Tell us about ones that we've talked about, what you thought about them, and what do you think? What do you think? What is your theory? Like, what are you aligned with for how this Mandela effect is actually working? Is it parallel universes? Is it time travel? Is it time travel and parallel universes? What's going on? What is happening? Tell us. Let us know down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe, the bell icon. Please check us out. Check us out our Kickstarter project. Share it, donate, do whatever you can. Help us out so that we can get out on the road, bring you some pretty fucking interesting content. We have lots of great ideas, but unfortunately, we got to wait until we're able to get the equipment to go. Okay? Check us out on other platforms or all our audio platforms, and check us out on other social media stuff, especially our new one, TikTok, where we're just having a good time fucking around, and it's a good time. Until then, we'll talk to you later.
Later.